I'm gonna kick this thing off with a song I wrote with my buddy Terry McBride and a guy by the name of Casey James that was on American Idol a few years back, and I got introduced to Casey. My publisher there in Nashville called me one day and said, "Hey man, there's a guy that just got signed to Sony Records, and he wants to write with you. He was on American Idol, and I want to get you guys hooked up." And I said, "Sounds great. I don't watch American Idol, but still sounds great." Because the part where he said he got a record deal, I was immediately interested. If he'd have said Kermit the Frog, I was like, yes, I'm writing with them. They have a record deal. But lo and behold, it was one of my favorite guys and a great singer and a hell of a guitar picker, Fort Worth boy. And Terry and I got together with him one day, and funny story about the day we wrote. We got together that morning to write this song, and when we got on, it came pretty quick. It was an idea I had, and we all jumped in the middle of it. About an hour and a half later, we had written this song, and it was time to go to lunch, and so we were going to go to lunch, and T-Mac says, "Hey man, I'll drive. Don't worry, y'all go with me." So we jumped in his black Cadillac Escalade truck. And it's hard for me to say Cadillac, Escalade, and truck all in the same sentence. Because where I come from, Cadillac, Escalade, and truck don't belong in the same sentence. It's like GMC, Ford, then truck. But that was interesting. So we go to lunch, and we're talking about the song, and all Casey can keep saying while we're eating is, "Terry, I love your truck, man. I love this truck. I love this truck." And we keep talking about other things, you know, and stuff, and it always revert back to Casey going, "Terry, I love your truck." So finally, Terry just leans back in the chair and says, "You know what, Casey?" He said, "Man, if that song we wrote today, if you end up cutting it, be great." But he said, "If it becomes your first single at country radio, I'll just give you that truck." And I thought, okay. So fast forward about 2 months, I guess it was, 6, 8 weeks, I run into Casey and in town, and I said, "Hey man, I heard you cut." And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what happened?" He said, "Well, we cut our song." And I said, "You did?" And he said, "Yeah, it sounds fantastic." I said, "That's awesome." And so another week or two goes by, and we're writing with Terry again, and he's got a cool little writer's house in Franklin, Tennessee, there south of Nashville. And we get together, and I got there early, and I was talking to Terry there, hanging out, waiting for Casey to come in, and Casey comes walking in, and Terry goes, "Hey man, good to see you." He goes, What's going on?" He goes, "Well man, I just want you to know that we cut that song we wrote." And Terry goes, "Oh, awesome, man." He goes, "Yeah, and by the way, the label says it's going to be my first single." And about this time, I'm getting pretty tickled because I want to see what's fixing to happen. And Terry kind of slumps down in his chair and goes, "Oh man, that's fantastic. That's great." And Casey goes, "Hey man, do you?" And he goes, "Yes, I do. I remember." So Terry gets up out of his chair, walks in a different room in there, and I thought, what is he doing? All of a sudden, he comes back, he walks up to Casey, and he has a black Cadillac Escalade Matchbox truck. And he said, "Casey, I keep my word. Here's your Cadillac Matchbox truck." Love the way you look in that dress. Ooh, you got me thinking thoughts in my head. Way your body's moving slowly to the music only leaves me wanting more. Oh baby, let's don't call it a night. Love the way you're holding me tight. When you're next to me, there's no place I'd rather be. Everything is feeling so right. Oh baby, let's don't call it a night. 'cause in the morning we can sleep in late. Right now let's spend our time on what we've got in mind. I'll get up and close the door. Oh baby, let's don't call it a night. Love the way you're holding me tight. When you're next to me, there's no place I'd rather be. Everything is feeling so right. Oh baby, let's don't call it a night. Oh baby, let's don't call it a night. Love the way you're holding me tight. When you're next to me, there's no place I'd rather be. Everything is feeling so right. Oh baby, let's don't call it, no, let's don't call it a night. No, 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 no. Ooh. Thank you.